Hey everyone, welcome to this video where I'm going to be hunting down all the Gundam pieces that the game is asking me to collect. I'm just about to head out right now. So you may be wondering, Jiro, what's all of this on the screen? Well, I'm going to be explaining that along the way throughout the video. But before we head out, I'm always going to be needing my common grade adventure gloves. I just simply don't like my hands getting calloused. Now with all of that are set, we're ready to go. Now it is very chilly weather today. I was planning to record some other time where it's sunny, but the forecast in reality just really hates me. Anyway, this will be a cool demonstration of what I want to show you. Right now, it's freezing, and you can see that on the screen. Yeah. It's kinda like those annoying negative effects we see in games. So I'm on this mission to find the Gundam pieces, and to remind myself, they're right up here. Well, I'm not exactly stumbling upon them randomly, although that would be pretty awesome. The game is directing me to specific locations, kind of like a tutorial. When there's no interesting happening around, I can only find this random nest, completely exposed from any weather. I kinda feel bad for the bird, but it's only a matter of time before Mr. Beast find them a new home. I totally forgot to grab the instructions from the box. I mean, who knows what those things are supposed to look like, right? No worries though, I'll just go grab them real quick. Be right back. Once I was back in my lair, I quickly grabbed the instructions and then teleported right back to where I was before. You might be wondering, what's the deal with all this teleporting? So I was thinking it'd be super cool to have a fast travel system, you know, like in those other games. We can go wherever we want, of course, as long as the game allows it. Now that we have the instructions, we would at least know what we're getting and how difficult it would be for me to build this holy shit. Then I got a sweet reward in the game for checking out this cool park. It's not huge, but it's got benches, open grass, and even a cute little bridge. Alright, now that I got the first one down, it's time to move on to the next piece. On this location, I simply went down the road till I reached the next checkpoint, which is a little kid's playground. Thankfully, there was no one else in here. Otherwise, I would have chucked them out of the area, cause this guy is locked in looking for robo-bits. I tried looking around and find something to do, like giving a look on this very not so interesting bench, whatever this thing is, this weird scale measurer for kids, some apple baskets with holes in them for whatever reason, and this one looks like that one device they used in a slaughterhouse. Well, regardless, I just felt like lifting something, so I did some few pull-ups to get some strength stat up, and I tried swinging on this basket. Like, seriously, this design needs to be reconsidered. If apples keep slipping through the holes and falling to the ground, which ends up contaminating the food and wasting it. Imagine the number of hungry people we could have fed, especially those who didn't make it into a Mr. Beast video. We could have made a huge difference. Alright, so I just wrapped up here and the game hooked me up with the second piece of the Gundam, with a little sip of my trusty water bottle, and hit my teleporter in search of that third piece. Now that I have arrived to find the third piece, how hard could it be? No! I was able to ditch the boss from earlier, so I thought it was time for a quick break. Walking around and playing this tutorial is harder than actually doing it in real life, especially without some sort of food to keep me energized. I find it hard to believe that there are people actually enjoys the black licorice. Those stuff taste like toothpaste. What I have is a raspberry flavor, which tastes like a sweet crayon, which is no different. I think licorice is like those games that were released in beta testing and then decided to become the final product right on the spot. Anyways, after a quick snack, I look around on this bigger version of the place I went before. God, I felt like a disappointed alien inspecting this planet that doesn't really have much to offer. But thankfully, the game only just wants me to be here. So it handed me with a third piece to collect in my inventory. I'm almost done with the last part, and once that finished, I can finally bring everything together. I just arrived at the latest spot, and let me tell you, it's totally worth checking out. Even a bunch of chickens are real glad to see someone here. So anyways, I decided to take a stroll through the park and kept on exploring the trails. The whole area was quite small, considering it's just a tutorial. But the best part of all this, when it comes to the situation where you have to choose which path to go, is one path is leading you to a place where there's going to be a really cool view, the other leads you to the exit, and the last possibly takes you to the boss area. After I'm satisfied wandering around the park, the game rewarded me with the last piece of the puzzle for completing the main objectives. As much as I want to celebrate with some groovy dance moves, it just felt pretty chilly out here, so I decided to call it a day and teleport back to my lair. Now that I'm back, and my cold debuff from outside has now returned to normal. Sorry about the dim lighting in my room. You see, if I have to keep calling this place a lair, might as well keep the lighting dark, right? Now with everything's ready, it's time to get started. But first things first, let me put on my beginner's gloves first. Now we don't need the other. Although this is my first time building a Gundam pieces together. With lots of pieces like this, thankfully, I had an experience building a house made out of dirt blocks in Minecraft. How hard can it be? Oh my god. Well, regardless, I got a little excited and went ahead and made some of the pieces. And then it gave me an idea. I'll just show you what it looks like. With this random art diary I've never used, I can just simply do this. By placing all of the components over the top of it and click craft. And craft it again to put all of them together. Behold, ladies and gentlemen, the Japanese Optimus Prime. If my kids self seeing what I'm holding right now, I would have been even more feral than that guy 𝐒𝐲_speed ever will be. Now, let's take a look closer and give this thing a thought. First of all, this looks amazing. The shield and the gun it's holding looks really cool. The dominant red color along with the dark blue and white accents made it look way more badass than a cuffing baby. I'm such a huge fan of the wings, and also, I'm quite surprised of how flexible the joints are. Not only that, as this can turn into its jet form. I'm such a diehard fan when it comes to robot action figures that can transform. This totally brought me back to my childhood when I used to make silly noises for fun. All in all, I had a blast putting everything together, and it definitely deserves a spot on the collection shelf. If I had to rate it, I'd say it falls into a rare category. Well, that's about it. With the main objectives are done, my final thought is that I wonder if I'll ever come across with more than just a rare category stuff. Well, we'll see.